Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. So last week I basically showed you guys my goals for 2020 and then how I created a decluttering tracker. And already 1 week into it, I've done kitchen cupboards and drawers. And the thing that was actually going to give me a lot of anxiety was my daughter's room. But I ended up doing it. It was actually really, I don't know. I wasn't anxious, I wasn't stressed, and even my daughter was like, Mom, we were actually really anxious that you were going to get so stressed out. But it was a project that me and my daughter did together, and in the end, we got rid of one huge bag of clothes, 2 bags of garbage, and half a bag of toys. And to have my daughter part of that was actually very, very beneficial for both of us. But anyway, what I wanted to show you guys this week was another type of tracker that I'm going to make. I didn't actually include this goal in my goal sheet, although that would have been actually really important. But one of the things that I've started to do in January is actually meditation. This was a challenge that had been suggested to me by a friend of mine, and I've been taking part in daily meditation, and I've noticed an increase actually in my Fitbit score if I meditate right before bed. So I wanted to actually create a tracker to track when I'm doing my meditations and what my sleep score actually is, to see if there is actually correlation between the two. All right, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to create that. Let's get started. So the first thing I do is obviously take the page out of the Happy Planner. It's just always easier to decorate that way. Then I'm going to try and choose a header. And instead of going with just the journaling sticker book, I decide, you know what, I'm going to use the Free Spirit sticker book. I like the pink, and the pink can go well in here. So I was trying to find a header in this sticker book, and I struggled a little bit because I was like, they weren't really headers. They were just really long stickers. And I couldn't decide whether to go with that one or if they had any bigger ones. But in the end, I went with one of those long, skinny stickers. And you know what? It works. It works for what this tracker is supposed to be, and I think it looks really, really cute. So getting that, try to put that as far up to the top as I could so that I could have more room on the bottom. Then I am going to start counting out what I basically need in terms of the grid. So for each of the months, I know that I will need basically 2 squares. So January will cover 2 squares, February will cover 2 squares, etc. So I draw that out, and this ruler is the Recollections ruler from Michaels. And then once I've drawn out the bottom part, then along the side, I just need 31 squares to cover all the days for each of the months. It's actually a really, really easy type of habit tracker to do. I guess it depends on what your habits are. So or what habit you're trying to create. So for something like this one, where I am trying to see if there is a correlation, it sounds so scientific, trying to see if there is a correlation between my meditations and my sleep quality. I have a Fitbit, and it monitors my sleep. And on average, I get maybe like my score is either 78 or 80. So I'm just at the fine line between fair and good. And I really would like to improve my sleep quality. And I have noticed that in the couple of days but I've been part of a meditation challenge for the last 18 days now. And on the days that I have been meditating, I am starting to notice a little bit of an increase in my sleep score. And you'll see when I actually graph the first part of January, you'll see a little bit of a trend. Now I'm taking these from the journaling sticker book. I thought this was cute because then I could actually notate by Mildliner my sleep quality. So using the colors and the Mildliners, I'll be able to see whether I had excellent sleep. I've never gotten an excellent sleep score yet, so I don't know what I need to do to get an excellent sleep score, but we will see. So then using the Mildliners, and that will be kind of my legend for how I'm going to track my sleep quality in the actual graph. And it's a way to add color to the graph as well. I mean, I can see that most of my graph will probably be the blue and the pink, and hopefully never the gray. And I'm hoping, like, the goal is to eventually be able to get to that blue, but we will see. So go ahead and start filling out some of my sleep scores here, and I'm going back into the Fitbit app and going back to the beginning of January and seeing what my scores are. So I start filling in with the mild liner, and at first I thought maybe I'll fill it in first and then fill in the lines around it, and it worked for a little bit, but then it started to get a little bit messy. And then when I actually started, well, first of all, I've got to do the title for the sleep score. But then when I actually decided what I was going to do to mark off whether I had done the meditation or not, so if I didn't do the meditation, I would leave the square blank. If I did, there would be a dot. I realized that it could look really, really messy if I didn't do the grid beforehand. So I'm filling in a few more sleep scores in here, but then I realized, you know what? I'm gonna need to go back in with my ruler and actually fill in the whole grid. Because as you can see here, I try to fill it out and it's already starting to look messy and I don't like it. And I thought it would be a lot of work to fill in the whole grid. I'm not going to make you watch me fill in the whole grid with lines and everything because I think you guys are smart enough to know how to create a grid. But see, like you can see what it's starting to look like when I enter in the habits or the meditation. So this is when I decide to take my ruler and start drawing in the grid lines. Again, if you guys missed it, this ruler is from Michaels. It's the Recollections ruler. I love it because I can still see underneath. And you can also, there's angles in it as well. So it is a fantastic ruler. Ooh, losing my voice a bit. But the reason that I wanted to really look at my meditations and my sleeping patterns is because meditations were something that it's not that I wasn't into them, but it was never something that I thought was super beneficial to me. And I started this 21-day challenge. A friend of mine, my friend Bree, actually encouraged me to try it. So I started doing the meditations actually midday, but then I also do them right before I go to bed. And I've noticed that my sleep is actually a little bit better. So I wanted to continue tracking that. See, it looks so much better with the grid. But this is one of the habits and the healthy, it's kind of part of the happy and healthy challenge that the Happy Planner is doing right now, you know, through Stephanie Fleming and Hannah. And for me, this is a healthy and happy habit. The more that I meditate, the better sleep quality that I have, and it'll definitely make me a happier person if I have a better sleep quality. So here I'm actually just marking when I did the meditations, and then I will go in and start filling in my sleep score. And you can see I'm filling in my sleep score from my phone. And you see that for the beginning of January, for the first half of January, it's a lot of pink, a lot of fair scores. And then the more that I start to do the meditations, I have, I think, like a whole 5 days where I have good sleep scores. Now, to tell you the truth, I don't know how Fitbit measure this, but I am just, you know, taking it and running with that score. So you notice there's more blue once I've done those meditations. So now that I filled in that part, I'm going to go in and decorate the rest of the spread here. But for me, this is just a great way to keep track of a habit that I want to incorporate. And I think I've said this before, but it can take up to 21 days for you to make a behavior a habit. So I do want to make meditation part of my everyday because I'm already starting to see the benefits of it. So let me know in the comments below what happy and healthy habits you want to create through this happy and healthy challenge. I'm going to add a few more florals in here just because, I mean, I love florals. Why not decorate it with florals? And then after that, this is all done. Love this type of habit tracker. Just some pen, some mild liners, and a couple of floral stickers. That's all you need. So there is my finished meditation and sleep score tracker. I think it looks really cute. I love the grid system and actually being able to see the correlation. Now, the weird thing is, I will have done the meditation the night before, and then the sleep score is for the following day. Like, it'll give me the sleep score on the 23rd, but really I'll be able to figure it out. But this is the longest stretch that I've had good sleep. Normally I'm just, as you can see, fair. So I'm hoping that the more meditations that I do before bed, the higher that my sleep score will go. I think the highest my sleep score ever was, I think, was 81. So really trying to get into the excellent and staying out of fair. Okay, but that is one way to measure out a sort of habit tracker. You can do this for any type of habit. All right, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.